for me, it's helped reinvigorate that passion, and then share it, as we all do as part of any good sort of learning journey. You share your passions with your students and your learners, and that passion breeds passion. I keep hearing that coming back from the students. So again, it's a two-way interaction, and it just makes the learning environment really fun to be in. I love nature, I love wildlife, biodiversity, and actually that's always, for a long, well, not always, but for a long time has been my outside life. It hasn't always been part and parcel of the teaching life. But as learning for sustainability has grown, it's been one of these things you're encouraged to bring it into the classroom. So for me, it's helped reinvigorate that passion. I think within the college world, there's a fairly open playing field for bringing sustainability, and we're obviously constricted by units, etc., that you actually deliver on. But actually, there's lots and lots of room to bring elements of sustainability, especially when you look at the breadth of the SDGs. There's plenty of opportunity to bring sustainability into your everyday teaching. And I think obviously the biggest part, or for me, one of the most inspiring parts of that is actually being able to inspire the next generation. The EAUC membership, and as a member, I'll go along to various support network meetings. I've learned so much from my colleagues across Scotland. So go to various topic support networks, and you've got real experts in the room from colleges, from universities, that are happy to share all their knowledge. And I'll just love learning. I'll just gobble all that up and start to use that information as where appropriate, or share it further. And I always find I'm connecting people. As I've grown in confidence over the years around sustainability, learned more, got to a place where I'd say I'm happy to talk about it with many people who are experts. I'd say as that confidence has grown, it's allowed us as a team, so myself and the rest of my colleagues in the academic development team, to embed sustainability in our teacher training pathway. So our lecturers will start to think about sustainability in a variety of ways as they train to be a lecturer. So we prepare our students to go into work. That's obviously a big part of colleges. But what they take from the college into work is absolutely crucial. So talked about those meta skills around confidence and so on. But actually, if they learn around sustainability, if they learn anything to do with sustainability, and that becomes part and parcel of who they are, they then take that into their workplace. We get students through the door, post 16, and they're there for a reason. They're there because they really want to learn. They know the subject area that they are really keen to learn in. But this is where colleges as a whole make a real difference to people. They're helping them transition into the employment that they've chosen for themselves. So opportunity and challenge around sustainability and abundance, I would say, in the college world. Funding is obviously a big challenge, and that there's a lot of things that we would love to incorporate within education. And people, again, back to this sort of the purpose of education, would love to include more sustainability. We'd love to include more to help people be rounded and learn criticality, but often we're funded to deliver the qualifications, and it's become really tight to be able to actually weave in other areas that help create a rounded student. So the funding side is obviously going to be a challenge, but however, with the funding side, it can force change in colleges. And there's one thing that we were saying earlier is the things that are certain in life, death taxes unchanging colleges. They don't sit still. They don't sit on their laurels at all. But often the funding movement and the background mechanisms force that change. It can be difficult, but at the same time, it can also be a bit of an opportunity for change, to actually move with the times, to really pare things back to what is necessary and allow other areas to grow that are needed by the students and the community and the local employers at that time. The board and EAUC work very differently than the college world does, and certainly the role that I'm in within the college world. So yeah, my wider knowledge of governance has grown, and I've got great colleagues on the board, learn every time we meet from them. And again, coming in with all those different angles and all those different backgrounds, if people have come in with a really strong financial accounting background, Really useful to hear about how they explain things, why things are the way they are, because I like to question. I like lots of questions. So to actually get to the bottom of those questions are really interesting. Again, somebody coming in with a really strong HR background, somebody coming in with a really strong educational background. So all of those people in the melting pot have allowed me personally to grow my own knowledge base. And some of those pieces of the jigsaw have really clicked into place. It's taken a wee while, but some of them have really clicked into place to actually understand the whole sort of workings in the background. I guess from my point of view, I'm taking that information and I'm bringing it back to the team I work with, which in turn, off the top of my head, are definitely thinking along lines with our strategic planning. I would say anyone who's passionate about sustainability, passionate about making a change, and doesn't mind a positive challenge. I think that positive challenge is in there as well, in that there's a lot to learn. I'd say that if it's there is a lot to learn, it's very different than the environment I work in on a day-to-day basis, but that's why it's been so enriching at the same time. So yeah, anyone who has got real passion and drive, again, a key word in there is drive. Passion breeds passion. I think that's what it boils down to. Passion does breed passion. Yes, all those expertise and governance need to be there, but there's nothing really, there is nothing that can replace a passionate individual.